for this video, I'm going to show you how to target train your bird, so let's get started. If you've never trained your bird before, then this is the perfect way to start introducing them to training and teaching them how to work for a reward. Target training is super easy and it's something that your bird can pick up right away, but if they don't, just be patient because every bird is different and they will learn at their own pace. The goal of target training is to basically teach your bird how to touch a target. So all you'll need are your bird's favorite treats, and it has to be something that they don't eat as often, just so they are willing to work for the treat. You're also going to need a wooden chopstick or a skewer, and also a surface to train your bird on, and a clicker is completely optional. With any training that you do with your birds, you always want to start slow and work in baby steps. So the first thing that you want to teach them is to touch the tip of the chopstick or the target stick. The next thing that you want to do is to hold the treat in one hand, and with the other hand you're going to hold your chopstick or the target stick and hold the clicker along with it if you are using one, and you want to point the tip of the chopstick right in front of your bird so that they would have to reach over a little bit in order for them to touch the chopstick. And as soon as they do that, you want to praise them right away or click your clicker if you are using one, and then reward them with a treat. And sometimes your bird may not want to touch the chopstick right away because they might be scared of it, so if that does happen, then you want to take a couple steps back and start even slower. You can start off by showing them the chopstick and reward them for just looking at it and being in its presence. So you are going to have to repeat this a couple times until you notice that your bird isn't as scared of the chopstick anymore. And then you can place the very tip of the chopstick right in front of your bird so that they would have to reach over to touch the chopstick. And then, like I said before, you want to praise them right away or click your clicker as soon as they touch the chopstick, and then give them the treat. And then of course you want to repeat these steps as necessary until you see that your bird understands the concept of having to touch the very tip of the target stick or the chopstick in order for them to get the treat. So you can move on to the second step as soon as your bird understands the idea of touching the target stick. And the next thing you want to do is to move the chopstick a little bit further away from your bird so that they would need to take a couple steps in order for them to touch the chopstick. And then, like you did in the first step, as soon as they do touch the chopstick, then you want to praise them right away or use your clicker and then reward them with a treat. As you are working through the second step, you can of course take the chopstick and put it on either sides of them so that they would have to walk back and forth in order for them to touch the target stick. And of course repeat these steps as necessary until your bird understands that they would have to take a few steps to touch the target stick in order for them to get their reward. So moving on to the third step, your bird should already understand the whole objective of target training. So now you can start moving them onto a much larger surface so that they would need to go a little bit farther in order for them to touch the target stick. You can also train them on their cage so that they would have to walk back and forth across the outside of their cage, or you can also have them hop from perch to get a treat. And you can also use target training to teach them other tricks like how to step up and how to spin. So it seems pretty easy, right? Target training is really great, and it is one of the easiest things that you can teach your bird, and I highly recommend it as basic training that your bird should know. It's also something that you can fall back on or go back to restart the training process, especially if you are training them a more difficult trick. I will definitely make more training videos, so don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell and select all notifications so you get notified every time we post a new video. Have fun target training your birds, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.